These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
You know, if there's a problem and like there's a company in Texas that we sell their product, and I shouldn't say that because you'll figure out who it is, but like I yell at them all the time. I'm like, why is there shipping more than everybody else? Everybody else. Like, I buy product from other people in Texas, and because I track when a product comes into our warehouse, I track exactly how much per item we paid in shipping, because that goes against the cost of how much that cost us.
Right.
So if I got a shaker coming from Texas and it cost me 90 cents to get it here for that shaker, that's factored into how much else I got on that shaker to what I then need to retail it for us to pay our bills and stuff. You know, because
so is this why another barbecue retailer, online barbecue retailer, claims that they have warehouses in different parts of the country? Is it for that shipping cost that you're talking about? So is it worth you putting a warehouse or having another warehouse on the West Coast, or, you know, down south or something like that, where product can go there and then ship from there versus coming all the way up here? Or is it better to have full control up here, no matter what the shipping cost is, and then kind of build it into your prices?
Yeah, I mean, if you can afford to have that type of, so when you do that, like Amazon, you know, let's say if you have a product in Amazon and you do fulfill by Amazon, and you have product at the different fulfillment centers. Let's see, there's one over there by Josh in Caledonia. There's one in Wisconsin. When you go up to Cooking, Wisconsin, I pass one. So like, if I have mine fulfilled by Amazon and I'm, you know, going to have like fast shipping, I'd have to have product in every one of those warehouses. So that's what keeps us, because we'd almost have to duplicate our product.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have to keep track of, and my software will do it if we ever get that big. You know, I could put somewhere on the east side of the country and somewhere on the west side of the country that, you know, figures it out, and the software goes to the one that's the cheapest. But the problem is that you got to have enough product to keep it at both. Because let's say Skippy orders, you know, 5 shakers, 4 of them are on the West Coast, one's on the East Coast. Now I got to ship it twice, you know, to your house.
Yeah.
Then I'm paying even more.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to basically have, you know, duplicate product everywhere to do that. And but I've talked to other barbecue retail stores, and like, I have some ideas in my head about how like we could all make money and make more, but it would take a like, it would be, oh man, I don't even know how I'd really explain it. It would take
almost like a joint fulfillment centers.
Yeah, you'd have to have like everybody shipping to the same spot, and we're all picking out of the same pile. You know, so like if everybody sold 999 and it's all sitting at the same place, everybody has 999 orders sent from there. I don't really care if Josh's store sells it or Bert's store sells it or my store sells it. It all goes to there. You know, like if you have Blues Hog orders, they all go from Blues Hog. It doesn't matter who you buy them from, because then it's just branding.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But
as long as I can still pick up from the warehouse, I'm good.
Well,
oh man, son of a bitch.
You know,
I don't know if it's worth me driving an hour and 45 minutes just to be able to pick up my order at the warehouse.
Yeah. We're trying, Josh, but
all right,
we might have to ship you pallets.
Jesus Christ. I get pallets of other shit. You know how many pallets I have sitting on the side? My neighbor's going to complain about those next.
We'll start doing something.
We'll go drop them on the easement.
There's your
big old bonfire on my easement.
Tell him we're putting up a pallet wall so he doesn't have to see you.
He'd probably be on board. He looks like a Trump supporter. Those build a
Put up a
wall.
border.
So is there anything you would have done differently early on, Rich, when you guys started it? Outside of maybe had more than a pickup truck full of stock.
Well, I mean, that pickup truck, 3 years ago, when we moved from Muskegon to Grand Rapids from our own fulfillment center to the one we're at now, it was a semi-load.
Right.
So it went from like, the back seat of a pickup truck and a box in the bed to a semi-load, 3 years ago. And I'm sure it's going to be more than that now when we ever have to move. But I mean, what would I do different? I mean, you just learn. Like in the beginning, we had more the mentality of we want to sell more product at lower prices. It was that mentality, you sell more and make more. We don't try to be the cheapest anymore. People would tell us all the time about like how much they're selling their product, like the product for. I don't really care anymore. The last several years, to be honest with you, like I've wrote so much reporting and data to know exactly like the expenses and how much things really cost me to know how much to price things myself. So I don't really need somebody to tell, like people would say, oh, well, I can go to, like when we first started, people would be like, well, I can go to the Kansas City store and buy an 8-pound bag of smoking guns hot for this. And I said, good, have fun. Like, if you want to buy from them, buy from them. You're not hurting my feelings. To the, because they're like, well, you got to lower your prices. Well, no, like smoking guns is in their neighborhood. So I'm sure it doesn't cost them anything in shipping, where that bag could cost me $3 to get it to me to Michigan. And then I got to ship it to you. Maybe that's why my prices are higher. I mean, that's just the way it goes. It's why you don't see Indiana Kitchen when you go down south. I'm sure it's easier and more manageable when you ship it, around you within so much area. But that's just the thing. Like, I'm sure I can sell 999, cheaper than anybody else and still make good money.
Right.
But it's just the way it works.
You're doing the best prices you can.
Yeah.
There's no barbecue superstore yacht anywhere.
No, people think there is, but
yeah, I get that a lot too.
Yeah.
How much money I must be making because I'm selling brisket for $25 a pound. I'm like,
yeah,
it's all going back out. You see this trailer?
Yeah. I tell people like, and that's what I was telling you, like I would love to learn like how to get like a trailer certified and stuff for vending, because like friends and family, I charge them $45 a pound.
But is that for comp brisket or is that non-comp brisket?
That's Wagyu brisket.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it depends on how well you like your friends and family.
Well, it's just I'm to that point of like, it's not my job.
Yeah.
It's not like my day job. So if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to.
Yeah,
but if you want it, you're gonna pay for it for me to spend my time to do it.
Your day off cooking, yeah.
Like if I'm gonna cook a rack of ribs for some of these people, it's gonna be $30 a rack.
That's what I charge.
Yeah, that's a fair price.
Yeah. Well, I'm at $8 a person for catering for brisket. So yeah, you're $32 a pound.
Yeah.
So
yeah, $25 a pound is, and that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
For a choice or prime.
For a decent brisket.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all right.
I think it's good.
My favorite thing is people coming up and say, yeah, I'm from Texas, so I know good barbecue, and this better be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been to Texas.
Yes.
It's not all that good.
Yeah. I've had a lot of bad brisket in Texas.
A lot
of other places too.
A lot. I flew to right before COVID, I flew into Fort Worth to cook the SCA steak championship. I won a steak comp in Wisconsin, and Brandy and I flew in there. And so we rented a car. We went down to Lockhart, Texas, and we spent a few hours going to all the different places. Oh my God. It's horrible.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so note to self: when I do my Texas barbecue crawl in January, don't go to Lockhart.
Don't get brisket. I mean, the sausage, yeah, that was amazing. Like I had sausage at everyone, super good. Blacks in Lockhart had a great beef rib, but the brisket was just, I mean, if you want dry, like cardboard sandpaper in your mouth, I mean, if that's good brisket to you. But
I will once again vouch for Franklin's. Yeah, still the best brisket I've ever had in my mouth.
really, so I'm
And that
going
was-
to Austin in a month and a half here. But I refuse to wait in line.
You can order online.
Oh, okay.
So
I was
then
gonna
that's
do it
what
if
I
I could-
did because I thought that's the way we had to do it. I didn't realize they were still allowing people to wait in line early in the morning. But yeah, you just select your pickup time and you have to order at least a pound,
Oh, yeah.
which is easy. So I had like 4 pounds of meat and it was a sitting in foil in a cooler with ice on my way home. And it was still good 2 days later.
Nice.
So yeah, it's worth it, Rich. I think personally yeah.
We're going to go to, well, we're not going down there for just barbecue. We're just going down for a weekend to have fun. And we'll probably try it if you can do it online, because I'm not going to waste half a day sitting in line. I won't do it. There's nobody's food good enough for me to wait. You know,
I mean, you haven't been to my trail yet, Rich.
Hey, Skippy, like when we were in Silver Lake and Josh had a line, you know, I was like, good for you, buddy. But, you know, I'll just wait. You know, I'll go for a walk. I'll come back. And if there's only, you know, sauce packets, I guess that's what I'm eating.
I'm with you, Rich.
That was the first time I ever went to Josh's trailer, and I walked up. He's like, I'm out of just about everything. I said, what do you got? He's like, I got potato salad. Good for you, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't wait 45. I don't get it. I don't understand it. People waiting 45 minutes an hour for any food truck.
Food. Yeah.
It's not me.
I guess it's because we can cook it. You know, like if you can't cook it, it's something. But
I'm very appreciative of everybody that does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I sure the hell wouldn't do it.
I guess if I was going down there specifically for barbecue, that'd be different.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Like, if we get barbecue, cool. If we don't, cool. I don't really care.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather have Mexican, to be honest with you.
Some good of that down there too.
I'm gonna go to Burnt Bean Company when I go down there. I hear he's doing great things. Just from all the pictures and everything.
Cool.
Looks
But
awesome.
yeah, I was walking up to Franklin's and I passed some people from New York. They were doing a turn and burn. They drove from New York, got their food, and were heading back.
That's the power of TV right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
I'd love a following a quarter of that good, you know?
Yeah.
I drove from Ohio to get food. Okay, awesome.
But you know what? And I was going to ask you guys, do either of you sell barbecue turkey?
Trying to think
on Thanksgiving.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I can't. So I was actually talking with a couple, we'll call them meat purveyors, about where I can get turkey breasts.
Yeah.
And they're like, Gordon's. I'm like, no, they only have like deli meat. So I went online. I guess I can order frozen turkey breasts and they'll come in, possibly. It all depends on warehouse times and things like that. They don't stock them all the time.
Josh lives by like one of the best turkey processors in the country.
I do?
Yeah. Otto's.
Oh.
Otto's turkey right there in Middleville. It's not that far from you.
Okay. Yeah.
10, 15 minutes.
I've had Otto's chicken. That's really good.
Yeah. Well, Otto's chicken is a family member that lives like a couple miles down the road.
Yeah.
It's really good chicken, but their turkey farm is amazing. Like I go there every year and I'll go a couple times a year, get like breasts. And then if you go around Thanksgiving, it's a zoo. Like there's hundreds of people sitting outside their little store. They got like people out like moving everybody, but it's amazing. Like the turkey is absolutely amazing.
I'd love it.
I was just asking because like a lot of barbecue restaurants, that's like a staple on their menus.
Yeah.
I wonder where they're getting it, unless they're getting it local.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because yeah, I'm with you, Bert. I've seen turkey breasts at Gordon's, but they've all been pre-seasoned, kind of like the little tenderloins the pork tenderloins that are pre-seasoned. Or I've seen deli, and that's it. But I mean, there's lots of other meat providers in the area.
Well, I was approached when I was coming out of Gordon's because a guy came up to me and said, "So you're in the barbecue business, or are you in the restaurant business?" I said, "Well, I run a barbecue trailer." It's like, really? He's like, "You should try our buns." And we got talking about he does a local bakery, whatever, does buns. But he said that they're building like a 50,000 square foot USDA approved processing facility to take more of, I would say, the local animals, the local farms, and process all their stuff. And he was going through, we're going to, pigs, cows, all different types.
Yeah.
But turkey was one of the things that he brought up because he says he doesn't see turkey around here other than, frozen fire the whole turkey, or, Thanksgiving time is when they pretty much have them. But I thought it was interesting.
Love it. If it's cooked right, man, I love barbecue turkey. It's great. It's so easy to cook too.
I love doing I did a couple of years ago, I did whole turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I won't do it again.
I'm not a huge whole turkey fan. Like, so I have an air fryer. I have one of those, I don't even know who makes it. It's an air fryer for turkeys. And it was like $100. So I buy it and I bust it out every Thanksgiving and we use it for turkeys. I can't even remember. It's like I can't even remember.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's like stand. You like put charbroiler. And you can put a turkey in there. You can put a chicken. You can put a chicken, do a whole chicken, and it's just air fryer. And they're freaking awesome. I love that thing. It's the best way to make a turkey, in my opinion. I've cooked them on my Outlaws. I've cooked them on my patio before, and I've cooked them on spatchcocked them, cooked them whole, and they're okay, the whole turkeys, but I much prefer them in an air fryer. I mean, I like turkey breast on a pit, stick burn.
I have one of our local food trucks here is a pizza guy. He's got a wood-fired pizza oven on his trailer.
Okay.
So he told me this year, he's like, "We're going to exchange turkeys. I'm going to cook you one in the pizza oven. You're going to cook me one in the pit."
In the pizza oven at like 100 degrees.
He says he spatchcocks it. I'm like, okay.
Oh, 10 minutes.
God.
Talk about nuclear cooking.
Wow.
I'll try it. Why not?
Invite me over that day. Jesus. Yeah, for me, it wasn't worth the mess. Like the hassle, and because it's freaking end of November, my trailer's already shut down. So I don't have anything enclosed anywhere. So it's cold out on the porch.
Yeah.
So any mess that gets made or any grease that drops onto that fucking porch, it's there until April.
It freezes.
Yeah, it hardens immediately and it doesn't come up. I have a hard enough time keeping that porch clean in the summer, let alone when it gets cold. I mean, even now when it's
good thing about the
Outlaw
morning, that it's you standing next to it is warm.
Yeah, we're getting to that point now where it's nice to open the smoker doors at 4:00 in the morning because there's a nice little rush of heat.
I have a sweatshirt on.
Yeah,
My heater kicked on already.
I still have my windows open.
Oh man,
it's 66 in here this morning. We're getting close.
That's what my furnace is set to. It's already starting. It's crazy.
I'm surprised, Rich, because when you go to a hotel, the first thing you do is drop
Not anymore, man.
No?
It's changed. Like now I gotta have warm. I can't handle it no more.
That old age.
Now it's like I got my truck and I turn it up to like 74. Like
God.
It's changed.
Oh.
But yeah, I've been considering, and Skippy, I don't know if I've told you, but I've been telling Josh, I've been considering doing like, getting my truck like certified and and like going through like the whole catering thing, like a few here and there. I don't know if it's going to be worth it yet, but
So we both have the special transitory food unit licenses, which is the big one, and we're covered for everything over the state. For you, for just doing a couple a year, I bet you could probably pass just a temporary.
you'd have to do a temporary though every time you like cook.
Yeah. So if you're only going to do 5 or 10 a year, I mean, that's worth it, because on a lot of spots, it's only 25, $50.
That's wrong. That's not right.
No, they went up.
I told you what they went up to because that's what I started doing. They're $144.
Not over here, not over on our side.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100%. I wasn't paying that much.
Yeah,
So-
but you got 4 years.
Is there a difference between you guys setting up serving to the public, like kind of like I like to say like a more of a retail versus more like a catering? Like, is it like, do you have to have the same licenses to set up and serve to the public, like in that type of like location versus like cooking for somebody, like just doing catering out of your trailer?
Technically, yes, you're still supposed to be licensed.
No, I know you have to be licensed, but is it the same type of license? What'd you say it was?
No.
Special transitory food unit.
Special,
So you're
yeah.
STFU. So you're not being licensed. It's the kitchen that's being licensed.
Right.
So yes, it's the same in theory. It's pretty much
Okay.
the same license. If you're just doing catering, like you're going to someone's house and setting up and doing like a buffet style or even off the trailer,
Yeah. Well, that's private.
off the record, you could probably get away without being licensed.
No, but well, in the state of Michigan, that's called a private chef.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're
You
cooking
technically do not have to be licensed if
Right.
you are hired as a private chef
at their location
at their as long as you're serving and doing whatever at their location.
and cooking it there. Right.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And and like I was telling you, I'm not trying to like go out and, do anything illegal. Like, I'm insured and, I have all that kind of stuff and I'm going to take all the necessary classes and do it. It's just like, I was just curious what it would take to do that for my big trailer, put it into that type, I need to look up the requirements for that trailer, like what you need to have
The only thing you need to be concerned about would probably be the bathroom, because your tanks have to be certain sizes. Your black water tank needs to be certain sizes over your freshwater and gray water tanks.
Yeah. I think
because
Is that a Southern Dimension trailer too, Rich?
yeah.
I bet you it's probably okay, because I think they build all their trailers with health department specs more or less in mind. So the episode that just dropped today, we went through the whole STFU packet of information, in the whole process of filling that out and all the steps on there, with what size tanks and water breaks for your pipes, or air breaks for your water pipes and all that stuff, and 3-bay sinks, and what you do need and what you don't need to be where we're at with the licensing.
You guys went through that?
Yeah. So that it just dropped this morning.
Oh, okay.
So it's a long one though. That one's like an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, that'd be great.
So, but yeah, I mean,
That's the thing. I don't have a 3-bay sink. That's the biggest one.
three bus tubs.
Well, that would work. I mean, if I'm only doing a couple here and there,
Yeah.
You're allowed to. It's 3 bus tubs for washer and sanitize. You can do a 5-gallon igloo like water bucket for hot water. I mean, I think you have a sink in there, right?
Yeah, but won't I have to lock that off? You can't have a bathroom attached, can you?
Oh, because that's where the sink is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just basically put your 5-gallon bucket on your one.
I'd have to like lock that room off so that you can't get to it.
Yeah.
And I can lock it. Like you can you can secure it so nobody can get into that bathroom. So yeah, I was just curious of like, is it worth it? maybe do something like if I can change something easily, I might do it. Cause you never know, like maybe I'll sell that. If I keep that trailer, maybe I'll sell it to somebody that's getting into, food truck, but you can't really sell it if I don't know like what it needs.
Right.
I thought about going through the licensing just for shits and giggles and just to see what it's all about. And I like to try it and just see. I mean, I got all winter now. I might as well do something.
Just
Maybe I'll sell it to Josh. See, I know you want to get 2 or 3 trucks. So
yeah, that's got sleeping quarters in it, doesn't it?
it's got bunks. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You can take bunk out. Like I got 2 sets of bunks. The one side is fold up bunks.
You're talking to the wrong one. Skippy's the one that's all about buying shit.
Oh yeah, I know Skibby buy it. Like I just have to get to Susan.
I'll give you 1,500 for that smoker.
I could, and the funny part is nah, yeah, no. The funny part is that like with trailer prices right now, I bought my trailer in November of 16. I've done a lot of upgrades, I've upgraded the axles and gone to torsion. I got a lot of good things on that trailer that I've done. But I'll tell you, right now I could probably sell it for more than I bought it for.
Yeah, probably. It'd be in demand because it's still an 8 to 10 month build time.
And the steel prices alone, like I've seen people getting quoted over 50 grand for a barbecue trailer, like for a comp trailer.
Yeah.
It's not even, with all the vending stuff in it. And it's crazy how the money out there, I got a big generator on it, so I can do a lot, I mean, I've thought about it, like sell it as a I could sell it as a vending trailer or a barbecue, comp trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I'd vend or cater with an outlaw though. Like Skippy, I don't know. It's loot you. Because I love Jay.
I don't cook as much as Josh does.
I know.
So like Josh is open, 11 to 6 or 11 to 7 every day. Most of my events are at night or, from 5 to 8 or something like that.
I was parked next to Josh for like 3 days at the Sioux, and I'd get up and have coffee when he was pulling meat off the smoker. So I
came over and snagged brisket off the cutting board every time.
I did. In the morning, I went over and helped him chop brisket and had to try it. But I was like, dude, you need to cook more. I mean, he's running out at like noon, 1. Yeah. He's like, I can't. I'm like, throw this thing off the back, get something bigger. Hey, I tried to win an Old Hickory this weekend for y'all.
There's only a certain amount of space. I think a lot of people. So when I say I sell out, the Outlaw is smaller than Josh's.
Yeah,
we're smaller in capacity.
Right.
But people say I sell out. I'm like, I can only cook so much. It is what it is. And even if I did fire up the Deep South afterwards or during the whatever, I'm still limited. I can't use those bottom 2 racks because they're so hot.
That's what Josh was saying. That's just
it burns. It burns bad.
Really?
Bad.
Crazy.
But I can get a rack at 250. If I set the temperature at 250, I can get a rack of ribs done in 2 hours on the bottom 2 racks.
There's a restaurant here in restaurant truck here in Grand Rapids that's buying a BFO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't fit that on the trailer.
I've moved my.
Well, it won't fit in the trailer, but I don't think you're gonna fit in a trailer. They can put it at the restaurant, and they can cook off of it. I mean,
it's all about ambiance too. I mean, it's you can smell the smoke coming out of it. That's why the pizza guy that I talked about has a gull wing door that opens right up to his pizza thing, and he's out there, slinging pizza, moving around all the time.
Yeah.
To go off of what Josh said about temporary permits, and I think it's Kent County you guys are in.
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys are flipping lucky. It's $25. It's $25. For me, when I first started, it was $144 over here.
$25? I think Josh convinced me.
Yeah. $25. Go get a temporary food permit.
That's the other thing. All the counties they have a minimum amount they're supposed to charge, and they can charge whatever over they want. So as long as they hit the state minimum, which is, I'm going to guess $25.
Have a hand wash sink and have a Cambro that's got your hot meats in it, and you're good.
Well, I'm still gonna do the training.
You should.
I'm gonna do the training, and then I'll probably bug both of you. But I'll probably want to hang out with both of you and see, like, so you guys can change my mind, tell me not to do it. So I'll probably give y'all some free labor.
I tried with Bert and he didn't listen.
Eric tells me all the time, I'm welcome all the time. He's like, I'll pay it. I'm like, I just want to see it. I don't really care about paying me. I just want to come and
well, if you want to be talked out of it, don't go to Eric's truck. That dude's charging whatever he wants and just raking in money. Him charging, what was it, like $500 just to pull the trailer on site?
Yeah.
Not sell any food, just to have the trailer there. $500.
Yeah, but you're talking like, you know where Schaumburg is. I mean, this is a very pricey area. Like he's between rich. Schaumburg and Rockford, Illinois. Like he can charge whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, to live over the cost of living over there is very expensive. And those folks, that's not much money when you live in that area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's different than a lot different than our area.
Yeah. Cost of living over there is a lot higher. Well, in that area is a lot higher.
Right.
Yeah, and don't base anything off the movie Chef. That's a bit romanticized.
You don't want to open your coffee cans and find all that cash.
Yeah.
But you can watch. So I watched a lot of Great Food Truck Race.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, Chef. I got that confused with the bear.
Oh, good show though.
Good. I've only watched the first couple episodes.
Oh, you gotta watch it, man. It's great. It gets better.
My expo.
But I like the Chef. Like those two guys are great. Like you ever watch their YouTube? Like,
oh yeah,
those guys are great. You know, he's so into food, so into it. And you know what? And like I watched a lot of the like Master Chef and stuff, and it's so true when you go to a lot of restaurants, nothing's seasoned.
Yeah.
Nothing. And Skippy, like you were doing a review the other day, I seen on your Facebook, and you're like, I hate that people put like seasoning on before they serve it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, like a lot of the time though, if you put the right seasoning on before you serve it, that, you know, on the right temperature of the food.
I'll go with it. Yeah.
It brings it out so much. Like when you're serving it, I use, like when I got people coming over, like if I do pulled pork, I get it to a certain temp and I sprinkle executioner in there, toss it, executioner, toss it, executioner, toss it. And, you know, if it's in there long enough with that warm food, it's going to nice and melt.
Yeah.
It's so much flavor because pork is so bland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's more what's good. It was like they did a finishing rub right before they sent it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was I was eating just plain salt and sugar and pepper. Like it was just had not had time to melt. So
it wasn't fine enough. Like when it
was not a finishing. Let's put it that way.
I did almost have to slap somebody on Saturday in a buffet line at the wedding I catered who put ranch on their pulled pork.
My kid would do that.
Well, she asked if we had mayo. I said no. And then she goes and gets a ladle full of ranch and dumps. I was like, God, I can't even watch it.
Hey, I did a wedding. My buddy Matt McKinney, you know, when he cooked with me back in the early years of me competing, his brother got married and they wanted the full thing, chicken ribs, pork brisket. And I talked him out of the chicken and ribs because I told them how much I was going to charge for the ribs. They're like, nah, let's not do that. So I did like 10 briskets and like 10 butts. And
on those two drums?
2 drums. I did.
You did not.
Did too. I told you, like, I did 10 butts on one drum and one cook.
No way.
Yeah, you stand them on their sides. And
okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I did 5 a rack and let them, you know, and I got
I
10
I was
butts
just kidding about the 2 drum thing. Jeez.
Oh no, I was serious. And the briskets was harder because you can only put, like the way I would have to trim the briskets and like fold them. So you could do like I could do 4 at a time, 2 on each rack. And then but the butts I did all in one shot, 10 butts. But anyways, like I did them and I had to do them in advance. I did them like the weekend before. And the briskets, I cryoed them and froze them. And then took them out and reheated them. But the funny part is like I sliced them and then I did long slices and then put them in a half pan. And when we served them on in the wedding, like there was like out of the 300 plus people that were there, these 2 girls that were in their 20s, they kind of like cringed when they seen it was barbecue, and they each grabbed a piece of brisket, and I think they put more ketchup. Like I don't even know where the hell they got ketchup, but I looked over at their table and it looked like they had like a cup of ketchup on each half slice. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Makes you cringe.
Yeah, but hey, I don't care. I still got paid.
That's all that matters.
Do whatever you want. If you want to ruin it, go ahead.
We can
Well,
only
my
give you
tricks-
direction. We can't make you hit it.
Yeah. Another question I was going to ask you guys too. So, but I guess if you guys are buying it from like Costco and stuff, this probably doesn't change with you. But are you guys brand specific? So like when you talk about
Kind of. I know what you're talking about.
the dude in Austin, like his briskets are all I think they're all like Creekstone.
Yeah.
What was his name? We were just talking about
Aaron
it.
Franklin.
Yeah, Aaron Franklin.
Have you seen his master class?
I did.
Yeah, it's where he goes out and visits the farm, and he's like, I
Oh
want to make
no,
sure
I didn't see that one.
I want to make sure all my animals that I were butchering only have one bad day. And I was like, good God, man.
Well, I think some of that's a bunch of crap. Like I don't really think he does that. But I think he's brand loyal.
Mhm.
And I think that it matters in some cases because then it's like your quality stays.
Yeah.
Like you can be specific. So like a lot of these companies like, Creekstone, for beef, and you got Prairie Fresh and Smithfield, like they have specific requirements to their farms on how their cows and pigs and chickens are fed,
Mhm.
How they're fed, how they're maintained, how they're watered, so that the quality is all going to be around the same at the end.
Yep.
So because I know, like, like if you cook a Smithfield rib versus a Prairie Fresh rib, we can tell the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about the general public, but like, do you guys worry that too much? I mean, because they're not that different, but
So for me, I'll answer that for me. So for me, it's size.
okay.
So if I go to Sam's and they bring me out either Excel or what's the other one? Cargill or National. Those are the 3 cases that I've seen
A beef?
of beef. Yes, 3 different providers, packagers, whatever. I will take the National over anything because for me, their briskets have always been heavy. I'll get a case of brisket, which typically is 5 of them for like almost 80 something pounds. So for me, that's good. For pork, Gordon's has been able to get Swift brand, and theirs is always 8 to 10 pounds a piece.
Yeah.
But Sam's is Smithfield brand, and they are small. I mean, they're 6-7 pounds.
Okay.
So I hate that I have to go one place to get one thing and then another place to get another thing.
Yeah.
But I would rather have the bigger sizes,
Gotcha.
because that works for me. But if I have to take a different brand, I will, just because it's still prime over choice.
Right.
But I will always take. Sometimes even IVP will come out for brisket, and I'll take that one over a National. But typically, I'll go with National over the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get Prairie Fresh is around, but it's only around if like Gordon's needs it. If they
Right.
can't get it from Swift,
Yeah.
they'll get it from Prairie Swift, and it's always good size too.
Well, that's what I mean, that was my always issue with getting, like, when I first started competing, I'd send my wife to Sam's and she'd get me, IBP butts and ribs. And then after a while, and then, when I competed in the Sam's Club, I met their buyer for the area, and he's like, he's like, I'm going to be honest. He said, when they tell me like this truckload is this much a pound or this truckload is this much a pound, he was like, doesn't really matter what's on it. It's the price per pound and stuff, how they can buy it. So I know like those stores, they all switch between the different places just on how they can buy it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, some of them, like I know Aaron Franklin, when he talks, and some of these barbecue people, they talk, it's like, oh, they're so brand specific. But I was just curious if you guys are.
I try to stick to Swift for my butts from GFS, and then Costco carries Swift for ribs, which have been, for the most part, really good quality, and the size have been, pretty big too. So, but yeah, for briskets, I've been seeing a lot of National too at Costco. That seems to be the primary one, and then there was some Iowa black something or other, or Nebraska black, I don't know, some Midwest state black that they were getting from time to time, and those were all awful, super small. But yeah, it was there was a time when Costco wasn't even getting briskets in, like you didn't know for sure.
Yeah.
Like I knew, so they get meat shipments 3 times a week in Grand Rapids, both the Costco's I go to. And so they get them on Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and Friday nights. So you have to go the next morning. And if you weren't there right at open, you weren't getting briskets that day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Because they were only getting in like 4 cases a day, and they were gone.
Yeah.
Wow. Josh, have you ever used Superior Foods?
I haven't, and I haven't even looked at their pricing. I know you keep mentioning them, and they're local, and
I mean, the only reason I mentioned it is like back in the day, I used to get my briskets, Wagyu briskets from them. Because there was restaurants in Grand Rapids that were cooking Wagyu. There was actually a place up north too that was cooking Wagyu. So they get in 10, 15, 20 cases of briskets, and my guy whose parents owned the place, I'd go in there and pick through them, and then they put a stop to that and said, no customers past. Like I used to just walk in the warehouse and meet up with Mike, and we go in the back and we just go through the cases, and I'll be like, oh yeah.
Back in the good old days.
The restaurants don't care if they're cooking at, 12 to 14 or whatever. But then they put a kibosh to that. Huh?
They're just happy to get them.
Yeah. And they had tons of Wagyu, but they had, a lot of prime too. I don't know what their cost is, but it was just a thought.
They will be, so every off season I go through and look and try to price out.
Yeah.
I had a guy at Cisco last year that gave me some prices, and he said, well, I can't touch what you're already getting at GFS. But
see that brings me to when I was talking earlier about the guy who said that they were building some 50,000 square foot USDA processing facility or whatever. And I told him the price I'm getting. He's like, well, you're paying $4.20 a pound for brisket for prime. All our beef is going to be graded as prime, or we believe the farmers that we work with.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
So he's like, it's not going to be dollars more expensive, but it might be 50 cents, 75 cents more expensive. Is it worth it to maybe get a local product versus going, to a big box store basically?
Well, the problem is with local product is can they give you enough?
Yeah, I asked them.
Like there's a Wagyu, like Wagyu farms are popping up all over. And there's a place in Coopersville doing half breed Wagyus that Sobe Meats gets, a half of one or one every week.
Yeah.
And, so can they supply, are they butchering enough animals to supply you with enough? I don't know. Maybe.
That's what I'm talking about. They were confident. I said, I'm going through, 2 cases a week of each. Is that enough, or is that, can you keep up with that? It's like, we plan to, but until we open, we're working with the farmers. I know it's
Right.
kind of a pipe dream at the moment, but
I mean, it would be great because they're not shipping it. So theoretically, and people love to have local product,
yeah,
like Otto's chicken or something, or, when you got like solid farms like that have great product. I mean, it would be easy to switch to because they're, fairly reasonably priced too. But like for beef, it's extremely hard in this area. I mean, but Indiana kitchen pork, if you can get that, I mean, I don't know how much, if you'd save any money or not, but
I think Indiana Kitchens at our Gordon sometimes.
there's a supplier. There's a supplier that brings, I mean, there's a huge meat supplier on the east side of the state that brings a truck. I know because Tim said he gets like 2 shipments a week or something. So.
Or just keep in mind that it's not 50 to 75 cents a pound higher. It's double that because you're losing half of your brisket.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is it worth $1.50 a pound?
Yeah.
Well, no, but is it
That you're
worth,
gonna lose?
is it, I would cook one to figure out what the product would taste like first, whether there's a big difference.
Right.
But then wouldn't you just potentially raise your prices to cover that local product? Because as Rich said, everybody does love a local product.
Are you in an area that you can raise your prices that much?
Depends on what that much is.
So yeah,
I've raised them once since I've by $1 across the board. And I've still had people now still tell me that I'm charging too little. And I'm like,
how's your bell doing? Did
What's
you get your
that?
bell home?
My
Your
who?
bell. Your repeat
bell?
customer bell.
Oh, everybody loves the bell. The bell is
The bell?
great. It gets annoying, but the bell's great.
What do you
So
do?
we put a bell, like a hotel bell, on our window or on our little ledge that says, "Hey, if you," in the laminated sign that says, "Hey, if you're a repeat customer, feel free to hit the bell."
Oh, okay.
Just so people know that there's other people than just Joe Blow coming up to the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's advertising, but it's people hear a bell and they want to know what the bell is.
That's cool.
And it was better than a squeaky pig dog toy.
I mean, in business, you're always going to get, and I'm sure the food trucking business is the same as the barbecue supplies. You're going to get people that will only shop with you if you are cheap at this point. You're going to get the other people that want to shop, or buy your stuff based on quality. So everybody's got a different reason. Like us, we ship fast. Your stuff's not sitting around. So we got a lot of barbecue competitors and food trucks. They'll put in an order and like, I need it now. And typically we can get it out, quick. So we have a lot of that type of, everybody's going to have a different reason. Like you guys probably got people that they'll only go to your truck because they like your brisket or your pork or your coleslaw, your mac. Everybody's going to have that reason, and if you raise your prices, maybe you'll lose a couple of the people that think, I'm going to go get a cheap meal. But, if you raise your prices and you got better product quality, maybe you'll get more people that are looking for a quality barbecue versus just cheap barbecue.
Yeah, sure.
You're going to have to, it's a give each different way.
Yep.
You know,
It's a fun game, Rich. You should
Yeah.
play it with us.
I told Josh, I said that great. Parker's going to get in the food truck game. Everybody's going to get Parkered every week.
well, see, the thing is I would never, because I like my day job. I like, software development. So I would do very few, and I will charge enough. I will charge more than expected so that it's even less than a few.
What he's saying is he's Cabela's, we're Dollar General.
Oh man.
We won't have the same clientele.
No, I'm saying like I have to charge, like I don't have to worry about paying a mortgage or a or anything about it. So because mine's a hobby. So
Well, the IRS, I think mine's a hobby too this year.
when people send me things like I like my neighbor was gonna do their kids' reception. I'm like, call Josh, here's his number. Like people ask me all the time because like in my area, I'm like, here you go, call him. Because that's Josh's business. He's gonna be better at it than I am. I mean,
I need to cut that part out. Use that a lot.
Like he's
Can you direct that towards me now too?
Yeah, I will. Like if any people call me and like, I've talked to people in your area and like before you started doing it, I'd send them to Hogs.
Sure.
I sent them to Ed. And I just talked to somebody. I was talking to people at Westland. Somebody walked up about it. I told them to go talk to you. And I'm like, talk to Skippy.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm not.
I talk about. I mean, I have the pizza guy. Going back to pizza guy. Sorry, I didn't have
a lot of free plugs.
I didn't say his name.
Skippy's only friend.
Hey, he's been in the business longer than I have. I'm learning. I'm shaking. Learning. No, I didn't have my stickers on me in my trailer, so he was looking for a sticker, and I gave one of yours.
Nice.
I got lots of Superstore stickers.
Yeah, I gave him the 0.0 sticker, and when I come back the next week to give him one of ours, he's like, "All right, you can put that one up here. I put that one down there on that, so barely anybody could see it because it was just another barbecue sticker. It wasn't your sticker." I'm like, "No, that's the sticker. That's where we get all our products from and stuff."
Hey man, Executioner on pizza is an awesome.
Oh yeah, we've done
love it on pizza. Like when my kids want pizza, I always sprinkle it all over my piece because it gives it flavor.
I've taken my meat over to 2 different trucks to have them add it to whatever they're making. So a grilled cheese truck, I had a brisket grilled cheese, and then a pizza truck to take over pork and brisket.
Yeah.
I took pork brisket, bacon, and Judgment Day.
Oh, okay.
It was fantastic.
Did you make it yourself too?
No. Yeah, give it to him to make.
I mean, there's a food truck up in the UP. He's got a food truck, he's got a barbecue truck, and he's got a taco truck. He's over on the west side of the UP. But he was using our stuff like in his food trucks.
I love it. And I mean, we're not shy about telling people where to get it. So
yeah.
TheBBQSuperstore.com.
Yeah. You need to put your label on it. Just buy a bunch.
I'd rather have your label on it so they know where to buy it.
But Skippy, do you sell it retail on your truck too? I think Josh does.
I give it to people for catering.
All right, can I buy wholesale yet again for sauce bottles?
Oh, you'll have to ask Mark. That's it. Like
I'm
pretty sure that it's landed. It's sitting in the dock. It's probably waiting for them to actually look at it.
Hence,
I do have a lot of people. I do have a lot of people that say Judgment Day. This means it's really, really hot, right?
Really?
Yeah, we get that too. Everybody thinks it's a hot sauce because it's called Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You never thought about that?
Huh. Never heard that.
It's because you're selling it to all comp guys.
Yeah, true.
So we get it.
Yeah, we all know.
So, Sobe sells a ton of it. Like he buys 10 plus cases at a time of that stuff. He sells so much of it in his butcher shop. I mean,
I think we'll have gone through probably 6 cases by the time we're done in October.
When did you get a pallet? You got a pallet of it, and then I don't know how
gallons. I got a pallet of gallons last year.
Oh, it was last year?
Yeah, around probably July. I don't know. Whenever you guys had the whole label fiasco, compounded by COVID.
Which time?
So yeah. And I said, Mark, would it be faster if I got a pallet without labels on it? Just send me naked bottles. I don't need labels.
First time is like they couldn't keep the labels on the bottles. Then the second time is they couldn't find the labels. And I mean, it's like
So I got my pallet 2 days before you guys got restocked in the fulfillment center.
Hey, you save money though that way.
Yeah, and
It's cheaper.
I used the last of that pallet, I think, in April this year. So
Yeah. And it's good for 2 years or something. I mean, it's
I believe
probably good longer than that. But you could save money.
But yeah, we saw the 8 ounce, the 6. How big are the small ones? 16?
Yeah, 6. Well, we were required by law to change that label because it's
Misleading.
it's not misleading. It's just some places like to do it. The label, you gotta pay attention. Your label might be by weight or by volume. And
Makes sense.
so like it was a 21 ounce. It's a 6. Like if you go to a co-packer and say, I want a 16 ounce bottle, that's the bottle.
Mhm.
But that's a volume bottle. But that weight is like 21 some ounces. So it's misleading because nobody knows. Like the public, some co-packers want to do it by volume, some want to do it by weight. Because like all those labels have to be approved by the co-packer before they will put it on a bottle. Like before you even get it printed, you got to send it to them and say, does this look right? Are all the ingredients right? Is the calories right? Is all that garbage right? Because if it's not, they'll reject them all, later, because they'll get in trouble if they're putting them on bottles that are wrong. So like, yeah, we had to do the switch. I don't know what happened, but they had to do a volume versus weight. And then your retailers are like, 16, what? They don't get it.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go through about the small bottles, like 5-6 cases a year. And then right about this time, we'll start selling gallons. So people are stocked up for the winter. It's like, you guys know you can buy.
It's just another revenue source.
Yeah.
Like you can just make a few bucks a bottle.
Yep. Yeah. And I think we're a couple bucks up over what we're paying for them. So it's
right. That's what I mean. It's just revenue, letting them sit. And you know what? People want, it's good for them to buy it. And then they're not grabbing half of your gallon.
Well, and we stopped doing that. So we don't.
You don't do that no more?
Heck no. We're doing 2 ounce cups.
And hey, I was going to buy, listen to this. I was going to buy a machine last 2 years ago. Maybe it was during COVID. I don't remember. I found a machine that would do that would make the packets. So my buddy's dad owns a few Dickies restaurants. So he got one to do their sauces and stuff. And I was like, damn, I want to buy one. So I was going to buy a machine, but I can't find nobody to run it. I'm like, you're not putting it in my house.
I need something to do for the winter.
Yeah. Maybe I should ship it to your house. Like Josh can make us Judgment Day packets. Like I was going to do sausage. I don't know if
you can afford me, but
it'll do rubs too. Like you could do samples and like, you don't need that, but like, how would you like to do like a 2 ounce, like ketchup pack?
Yeah.
Put your Judgment Day on. Like, that'd be awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Josh, just think though, is you would have to then package those. You would then have to get them to the warehouse to ship those.
That's fine. I live close enough.
Yeah, he's only 10, 15 minutes away.
Until they move it to Iowa or whatever.
Maybe I can get those people that actually run the machine. I don't know. I'll buy the machine. I just need somebody to stand there and pour the sauce in and run the damn thing.
$20 an hour. That's my wage.
Yeah.
You'll have me all.
I'll have to sell you the packets back for like $5 a piece, but pay for your labor.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta spend money to make money, Rich.
That's right. Hey man. Mark was like, you really want to buy this? I'm like, dude, we're pulling the trigger if I could find somebody to run it. And then nobody would run it. And I'm like, how about you? And he's like, hell no. I'm like, dude, there's a market for these little Judgment Days, food trucks, restaurants.
Oh, we would throw them out there for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we do 2 ounce cups for a pound and 1 for a half pound. And yeah, we just crank through them.
Yeah.
We pre-make them. We probably go through 80 a day. So
I got to ask you guys.
I still have the pump out.
Yeah. Josh says that just throws money away, right?
Well, our meat's better now, so I don't think we're going through as much sauce.
You're saying it wasn't good to begin with?
Josh was so mad at Silver Lake because people were getting like fries from his neighbor and coming over and using Judgment Day on his sauce. He was so mad. I thought he was going to start screaming at people.
People like 4 gallons of sauce.
Yeah, they were going over and getting tacos and French fries and crap from other vendors and just coming over to Josh and using his sauce.
Sauce is so good.
Because they're like, they don't want a crappy ketchup. It was hilarious.
That's great.
All right, we got to wrap this thing up.
It was good for me.
It's great for you.
But I was gonna ask you guys too. I know we're going for a long time, but like there's some restaurants I know that do sous vide. So like they cook their product and then to keep it at a, they'll put it like in a portion of pork or brisket or whatever. Yep. They keep them in sous vide at certain temperatures. So then like somebody orders a sandwich, they grab one bag sandwich, it's at that right temperature the whole time, and then it out. Or if they order a meal, they get 2 bags. You guys ever heard of that? You ever considered it?
I haven't heard of anybody doing it, and that seems like a lot of extra space and time.
Yeah.
I worked at a restaurant a few years ago. After everything was cooked, so we'll call it like when they did burn ends, they did salmon. After everything was cooked, they would put it in portion bags, put it back in their cooler, and for service, they would take the portion bags out to the line, and then just use a saute pan to reheat them. So nothing was.
They would pan. Oh, okay.
Nothing was ever fresh at that place, other than a burger if you get it. But it was. I know people who do that for catering.
Yeah,
they'll cook everything ahead of time and then cool it down and then vacuum seal it or put it in Ziploc bags and then use a sous vide to reheat it.
I know people that do microwaves, like portion bags, and then put it in the microwave to heat it and then sandwich.
Yeah, it comes out blazing hot and then it goes cold within 3 minutes.
I don't know, but I was just curious. Like, so you guys just use Cambros?
Yeah, well, I have a warmer now.
So yeah, we both have proofing cabinets, and then you have a steam table too, right, Skippy? Yeah.
I think Eric said he has a proofing cabinet where you put it in, you set the humidity, you set the temp, and then it stays.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, everything stays hot.
It has to stay over 140 degrees, right?
Yes.
So,
but cool. Yeah, mine's set. Usually it's at about 165 to 170 is where it sits. But yeah, and then it goes to the table in our pans, but everything there is super hot too. So
yeah.
If anything, we get things. So if we go hit a slow patch, we find that it's too hot there without the constant movement of product in and out. Then we have to put it back in the cabinet, but things you learn after opening up a pan of pork that's been sitting on the table for an hour and it's like, oh, that's not great. Grab the apple juice. We got to reconstitute some pork.
Feed it to Rich's pigs.
All right. Rich, thank you so much. Where can people find you?
You got the bbqsuperstore.com is where you'll find like all of our products. 999. If you got a food truck or a restaurant or something and you want to use 999 in your place, we can give you a wholesale account to give you a good deal, buying it by the case.
Worth it.
Yeah, we always try to help our people out and keep it, reasonably priced as much as we can. We've had to raise a few, as you've seen. But
I try not to look. I just check out.
We try to keep it as reasonable as we can, because like Executioner is the most economical rub to get, for a restaurant food truck. It's our most popular. We buy, we we buy in it all the time because it just flies out the door from backyard comp guys, restaurants, food trucks. It's just so versatile. You can basically put it on everything, and it's not hot. I know that name people kind of think of as hot. It's not hot. It's just very well balanced barbecue flavor. And that's probably our most popular one for food. And we sell it in a 25-pound bag. You know, for a lot of guys, it's cheaper than making your own.
Yeah.
So that's where you can find us, and that's where, you know, we can probably help you at the most. If you want.
Not to interrupt, but it's funny how you say that executioner to you sounds hot, but Judgment Day doesn't.
Judgment Day doesn't sound hot to me. Like it.
I hear Judgment Day and I think of the nuclear scene in Terminator.
Yeah, I think of End of the World.
Oh, I'm not a big Terminator fan. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Fire, brimstone. Yeah.
Like I think of executioner as hot. Like, oh man, I'm gonna get
Judgment Day to me just sounds like a hot sauce that would be on Hot Ones. Yeah, this is Judgment Day. Guess it's all about how you say it.
Yeah, maybe we should change the name to 999 barbecue sauce.
No more new labels.
Yeah, no, please.
No, labels are expensive. Sick of paying for labels.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But, and like you said, if you guys, you know, if you buy a pallet, you know, you can get it even cheaper. Or we do, we do, not only do we do wholesale, we do private labeling, you know, to help people out, you know, because we want food trucks, restaurants, you know, we want them to succeed. So we try to help. And, you know, even selling our stuff retail, it makes you money. It's a good thing to do. You can make money at it. So
I like everybody making money.
Yeah, me too. Everybody needs to make money.
Well, thanks, Rich. It was fun talking to you and learning why our prices are so high.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen to your STFU licensing, special transitory food unit and mobile food establishment segment. So
Josh, just so you know, Mom already commented that it was full of great information.
Most of it's accurate.
As long as Mama Bert thinks it's good, and we're all set. I haven't seen her in a while, so all right.
All right, we'll talk to you later, bud.
All right, man. See you guys.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Hi there, Skippy.
Hey.
Where can we? All right, let's finish our other stuff then. Where can we find you again? What's your stupid? I mean, you're awesome.
I'm the guy on the left. So my beard's much nicer.
I gotta flip it.
No, still doesn't work. PBJ's BBQ of Michigan on Facebook, PBJ's_BBQ on Instagram. Yeah, what's yours? Get after it.
At Sweet Racks Barbecue. Instagram and
didn't figure out typing the smoking butts part either.
Well, that was
never mind.
My Facebook page is back from 15 years ago. When we first started competing, we were just Sweet Racks Barbecue.
Oh, that's right.
When KCBS switched some stuff and we had to renew our membership, there was another Sweet Racks Barbecue that had registered with KCBS first. So we had to change our name. So we added on the Smoking Butts. Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Great. Still a great name, but anyway.
Yeah, so find us there. Monday Morning Food Truck on Facebook. You can search that place. And this will probably be our first. This is a very long episode. This might get broken up into two different parts, Monday and Tuesday. But first episode that will probably take place on YouTube as well, to see all the eye rolls and other facial expressions, and see how pretty Bert is over there in his new haircut. Smiling face.
Thanks for radio, bud. Thanks for radio.
Which should be up also on that same Monday. That will be an unedited version, which you'll probably already see because you've already listened to this by the time you've heard it. So, yeah. Love you, buddy.
Get after it.
Have a good week.
Gotta go. Bye bye.
Bye bye.